All right, welcome to Dale E. Cox Gymnasium here at LaVille High School. We've got the Bi-County Girls Semifinal Game number 2 coming your way here in just a moment. It's going to feature the Oregon Davis Lady Bobcats and the John Glenn Lady Falcons. Game number 1 saw a overtime win for the Bremen Lady Lions over your Argus Lady Dragons 42-40. Bremen punched their ticket to the finals on Saturday night. They will play the winner of this game at 6:30 p.m. here at the LaVille High School. So this game coming up features John Glenn, who is 16-4, versus Oregon Davis, who comes in at 13-5. Big rematch of a game that was played a week ago last Tuesday at Oregon Davis High School. Oregon Davis knocked off the then number 9 Class 3A Lady Falcons by a score of 48-49 at the Bobcat Den. John Glenn is coached by Kyle Amore. He's 89-42 in 6 seasons with John Glenn. Terry Minix is the head coach of the Oregon Davis Lady Bobcats. He is 371-162 in 24 seasons overall at Oregon Davis. In the Sagarin poll, John Glenn is 9th in Class 3A, and Oregon Davis is 14th in Class 2A. And the last time out for Glenn, they defeated New Prairie on Tuesday, 74-39 in the first round of the Bi-County. Oregon Davis defeated LaVille on Tuesday as well in their first game, and they won that game 62-46. Both teams are undefeated versus common opponents. John Glenn is 4-0, and Oregon Davis is 5-0. Last time out, like I said, was a 59-58 Oregon Davis win on January 10th, and the predicted score here is 56-46, going the way of the Lady Falcons. So we'll see what happens here. We got a rematch of an earlier game played that featured the win of the Oregon Davis Bobcats. They won on their home floor. Now the Lady Falcons are looking to get retribution here on a neutral floor versus Oregon Davis. We want to thank all of our sponsors for today's broadcast. RTC Fiber Communications, the Zone Sports Complex of Northern Indiana, H&H Contracting, Hereford Home Inspections, Argus Do It Best Hardware, In Stitches and Signs, Mr. Trophy, State Farm Insurance, Alvin D. Morris, your representative in Knox, Indiana, Mr. Trophy, CNS Outdoor Power Equipment, CNS Automotive, Haldeman Farm Management and Real Estate, Kelly Hoffman, Marshall County Agent, Oliver Ford, and Shepherd Chevrolet and Buick in Rochester. We thank them all for helping you bring this broadcast of Argus Voice Sports to RTC4.com. We got about 3.5 minutes left to go here before the start of this one. Let's see, Doug, you want to jump in here and give me some insight on the two teams? I got Doug Griffiths here from the Plymouth Pilot, also with the Zone Sports Complex. Knows these teams well. Your daughter goes to John Glenn. And what's your thoughts here, a rematch of a game last week where OD won by 1 at their home floor?
Well, I know, Steve, a lot of Glenn fans are looking forward to this game and want revenge, and it'll be interesting to see, how the Lady Falcons play Oregon Davis. And by that I mean, I thought they pretty much played in Oregon Davis's hands, letting them set up whatever they wanted to do in the half-court offense. And, I really thought going into the game at Oregon Davis, Glenn needed to pressure the ball whenever possible. If they didn't want to pick up at full court, maybe three-quarter court or half court, and at least try to, rush their guards so they didn't have time to set up, because as we all know, Oregon Davis has a huge size advantage over almost any team they play, but certainly over Glenn, whereas Glenn's strength is its backcourt and its guards. So that's why I say, Glenn needs to pressure the basketball whenever possible and try to hurry up Oregon Davis's guards maybe into some turnovers, because this Oregon Davis team doesn't play like most people have seen them play for years past, and that's because of their size. So, Oregon Davis used to pick up, you'd inbound the ball, and they'd have that frenzy, full court, trap defense that would cause you, multiple turnovers and miscues. So, I really thought going into that first matchup, you would see Glenn sort of flip the table. But that didn't happen, and to Oregon Davis's credit, Katie Sauer shot lights out, Oregon Davis shot lights out from the perimeter, and they played the high-low game where, Alexander Bope just killed him, and so did Lena Tetzloff. And that's why I say they can't do that again, John Glenn, if they think they're going to, play that way again and win this basketball game.
So, yeah, we saw it in the game when Argus played there just 2 days after you guys did. The inside-outside game, high post, low post from Tetzloff to Bope really controlled the game. And, yeah, it was a much different Oregon Davis team than we're used to seeing. I was expecting, the full court pressure. I haven't seen them play this year. And they did more of a half-court set with working the ball inside and then kicking it out.
And the big key is, Maddie Taylor, who really is Oregon Davis's defensive stopper, didn't play because of concussion against Glenn. So you're going to look, I guarantee you Terry Minix is going to face guard Kiana Stahl everywhere she goes tonight. So, if you're a Glenn fan, the Lady Falcons are going to have to shoot the ball pretty well to get out of here with a victory tonight.
All right, so got some history or possibly in the making here. Kiana Stahl is, about 20 points?
Yeah, 19 points away.
19 points away from becoming the all-time leading scorer. Is that in all-time boys or girls or just girls?
Just girls.
Just girls. So she's 19 away. So we could see some history here tonight at LaVille High School.
And I think that's a huge stat. I mean, if she gets the record, I think Glenn wins the basketball game.
Right.
If she's held in the low teens or lower than that, you got to like Oregon Davis's chances.
Right. All right, so we're getting the starting lineups here. Going to start off with the John Glenn Lady Falcons. We got number 1, the aforementioned Kiana Stahl. We got number 5, Morgan Plunkett, and number 10, Mariah Plunkett. Riley Groves is starting at another guard spot at number 20. And Kelly Freehoff, a 5'9" senior, rounds out the lineup for the Lady Falcons. Oregon Davis is going to be the home team on the scoreboard. And
5'5" junior, number 23, Jamie Herford.
Jamie Herford, a 5'5" junior, number 23.
5'5" junior, number 35, Candace Sauer.
Candace Sauer, another 5'5" junior, number 35.
6 senior, number 41, Madison Taylor.
And the aforementioned Madison Taylor back in the lineup, number 41.
Lena Tetzloff.
And a 6'2" junior, Lena Tetzloff, wearing number 51. And Alex Bope, a 6'2" senior, number 55. So, like you said, Doug, 6'1", 6'2", right there in the middle between Tetzloff and Bope. And
that's why it's so imperative that Glenn shoots the basketball well from the perimeter, because there are just not going to be many second chance opportunities.
With the tallest starter for them, 5'9".
Riley Groves gets the start tonight. I think that's sort of the reason for that is she fronted Bope in the last game at Oregon Davis and did a pretty good job doing that. I think Glenn's got to be aggressive on the defensive end and not let her catch the basketball down on the blocks, or again, just because of Bope's size, she's going to kill them inside.
Right. So, well, you keep the headset on. I don't know what happened to Andy. He must have went and took in the hospitality room. So Bope, the tip goes, and Bope goes down to her knees and slides 5 feet, no call. And Oregon Davis has the ball to start the game. Sauer brings it across. Tetzloff immediately drives to the basket, and I'm going to say she lost it out of bounds, and it's going to go over to John Glenn.
And then you saw, Tetzloff is going to come out high for them, and Bope's going to be down on the block. I thought Terry Minix might mix that up in this matchup and flip-flop those two, but apparently not.
Well, it seemed to work good against Argus on last Thursday, so, if it's not broke, I guess don't fix it. So, let's see here what OD's running a What are they running there, Doug? It looks like a 2-3 maybe.
So sort of a surprise because they're giving Stull some room to navigate.
Well, they're up high on that 2-3, so they're out beyond the 3 on the top. And a three-pointer by Plunkett's off the mark, and a rebound inside. And they're going to get Boat on the foul. So Alex Boat picks up the foul, her first of the game.
Foul, number 55.
That's another big stat to watch for too, Steve. If they could get Boat in foul trouble, that bodes well for the Falcons.
Shots off by Glenn. Stull gets the long rebound. Taylor's on Stull. Yep, they're in a 2-3 right now, high on the 2. Stull has it in the corner. Deflected by Taylor. I see what you're saying about the defensive effort by Bass and Taylor.
And see, that's where I think, Stull's got to, if they're going to keep expanding that zone, Stull's got to take the basketball and drive to the bucket and really force Oregon Davis to play good help side defense.
All right, there's a nice pass inside, and they're going to get the foul. That's going to be Tetzloff. So they got one on Boat and one on Tetzloff now.
And here we talked about second chance points, and Oregon Davis hasn't touched the ball since their first possession.
Yeah, with the size they got inside, they're not doing a really good job right now keeping the possession to John Glenn. Plunkett with the free throw, and she puts it in. First points of the game gives the Lady Falcons a 1-0 lead. Mariah's got another free throw here. And rims out, and the rebound goes to Taylor.
I already said that too.
Taylor gets it into Boat, back out, and almost picked off by Plunkett. And there's a poke in, good defensive effort by Glenn. And Plunkett, and it's going to go off of her. She hit the bottom of the rim, and it hit off of her arm. But a great defensive effort there by Kelly Freehoff to get the turnover.
It was actually Riley Groves, Steve.
Was it Groves? Okay, number
again,
20.
A good athlete, and you saw her overplay the passing lane, was able to deflect and create the turnover.
She laid out there and went clear down to the floor. Good effort. So Tetzloff has it up top. Sowers got it on the wing.
Again, the key here is, you just cannot give Oregon Davis open looks for the 3, and that was the case. A week ago, Oregon Davis got open look after open look beyond the three-point arc.
And a good pass inside, and Boat puts the bucket in, gives the Lady Bobcats their first lead of the game.
Oregon Davis basket, Alexandria Boat.
Plunkett cuts to the basket, and she puts it in over top of Boat.
See, that's the key. Glenn's got to be aggressive. Take it to the hoop.
Good block out that time by Freehoff. So Glenn doing pretty well with the size of Oregon Davis so far in the early going. They've had a 3-2 lead. And unforced error there by John Glenn. They turned the ball over. First turnover.
That's just killer. I mean, you can't, again, when you're strengths guards, you got to be able to take care of the basketball, handle the basketball well, and, you're going to have your turnovers when there's pressure, but, unforced turnovers just kills you.
And the three-pointer's good for Herford. She's got her first points of the game and gives the Bobcats a 5-3 lead now with 4:43 left in the first. And the three-pointer's off by Freehoff. And the rebound goes to Tetzloff. Bobcats are pushing it up. And she says, you're going to leave me open, I'm going to take the shot, but it's no good by Sauer. And here comes Glenn, and there's a turnover. Plunkett carries it.
Another unforced turnover. I mean, you got to slow down and take care of the ball.
She's got a little ahead of herself, and she's going to take a break on the bench, and Bethany Hayden's going to check in for John Glenn.
Now we're starting to see the three-quarter court press. Again, I would think that Glenn's guards would try to press, trap every time Oregon Davis crosses the center line, but apparently they're comfortable, at least for right now, just falling back in the half court.
Hayden comes in and immediately gets the steal. They were trying to get it in the Bope, and a good defensive effort there by Hayden. Hayden had a corner 3 opportunity and passed up on it. Stahl has it. Plunkett gets to Freehoff. Nice cut, and she's fouled. And that's going to either be, I think that's going to be Bope's second.
Yeah, either her or Tetzloff.
Either one, it's going to be 2 fouls on them. I think they got Bope.
Oregon Davis foul number 51, Lena Tetzloff.
Yeah, mark that down. That's a big foul.
Well, they announced Tetzloff. They announced Tetzloff, but they put Bope on the board, so I'm going to say it's Bope. Looked like he said 5-5.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but it is Bope. But even bigger. I think Glenn will take that.
Fouls on number 55.
So Bope's going to go out of the game. Number 45, Worthington's going to come in, and she had a pretty good game the other night against the Lady Dragons. She came in and did really well for Oregon Davis. What did she do with?
Just a freshman, and really runs the floor well, especially for a player her size, and is one of our zone travel players. So we know very well about her.
Free throw is good.
See what I mean, Steve? There, you pressure the basketball, and you're speeding up. What Oregon Davis likes to do this year. They like to get it in that half court, dump it into their bigs, and just from a tempo standpoint, I think Glenn's got to dictate the tempo in this game.
Oh, Worthington got away with a shove, and Hayden steps on the line.
Number 21, Caitlin Sauer.
Caitlin Sauer checks in for Oregon Davis, and Candace Sauer is going to take a break on the bench. Doug, do you think it's just a little bit of, you're just so used to Oregon Davis being so guard-oriented? Do you think it's just a little bit of a fallback on you don't want to put that pressure on? That they just don't realize that the guards are not as good as they've been?
Yeah, I think you're exactly right.
Stahl's off, but the rebound. Plunkett for 3. She's off the mark. And that's off of OD. Off OD, so it's going to be Glenn's ball.
Now, Oregon Davis is getting out hustled.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why you're seeing a lot of second, third, fourth chances.
35, Candace Sauer.
Sauer checks back in. She's going to give Herford a break. I see some tape on Kiana's leg there. You know anything about anything going on serious there?
That. I don't think it's much to do about anything, really.
She comes around and misses the free throw jumper. And Taylor hits the 3.
3-point basket, Madison Taylor.
Gives the Bobcats an 8-5 lead, and Stahl drives into the lane, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds by Worthington.
But again, I think that's a good sign for Glenn. I mean, star players have to, rise to the occasion, and Kiana Stahl sometimes falls in the trap of, she's so unselfish, even though she's a prolific scorer. I mean, I think sometimes she has to be more selfish.
Number 10, Mariah Plunkett.
Mariah Plunkett's going to come back in. Riley Groves is going to take a break. Stahl's going to inbounds here for Glenn. Stahl for 3 from the corner, and it's good. Riley Stahl gets her first points, Kiana Stahl gets her first points of the game, and ties the ball game up with 2:06 left to go in the first quarter. Worthington,
Right there's another possession. Oregon Davis now, it's sort of a new calling card for them. They love the high-low game, and if they don't get an easy bucket, usually they put the opponents in a tough situation, and Oregon Davis go on the foul line.
It almost looked like if the girls would have kind of realized where they were and just kind of backed off, because she was under the bucket and they kind of bailed her out with that foul.
Yeah, you need to have good court awareness, and you're exactly right. Put her on the foul line.
Worthington misses the first free throw. She got one more here. Lane violation, but Worthington puts it in.
Yeah, that didn't go over too well with the crowd, did it?
So Glenn back with it. Hayden drives in, kicks it out to Stahl. Stahl hits Plunkett for 3. She's off the mark. Stahl with a nice rebound. Put back, can't finish. And Plunkett with the 3. Morgan Plunkett gives the Falcons an 11-9 lead.
Only if you're from the Glenn side, you just hope those 3-pointers finally start dropping.
Tetzloff drives to the bucket, can't put it in, but Worthington gets the rebound, and she's fouled by Plunkett. And she's going to the line, shooting 2. First foul on Morgan Plunkett, and Worthington's got 2 more free throws. She's 1 of 2 from the line. And then she makes the first.
Substitution for John Glenn, number 20, Riley
Steve, as we saw in that first game, foul shots are gigantic, especially in tournament time. And, Bremen got off the hook because they missed a lot of foul shots. So, Oregon Davis, these 2 teams want to capitalize when they get those opportunities.
And Worthington does. She hits 2 of 2. She's 3 for 4 now. And we got a tie game with 1:15 left in the first quarter. Nice drive and a assist for Stahl. Riley Groves gets the bucket.
And those are some huge points for Glenn because, Riley Groves is playing mainly for defensive reasons. So any points that she gives you is really a bonus from the Glenn perspective.
And she fouls Tetzloff. That's Groves' first foul.
Number 20, Riley
13 foul on the Falcons, and Tetzloff's at the line now shooting 2. So Glenn's put the Lady Bobcats at the line now, and there's a miss from Tetzloff.
To the line for Oregon Davis, shooting 1.
And she makes 1 of 2.
Sort of an interesting first quarter. I mean, you have both teams sort of feeling each other out, and I don't know if you can give one team or another right now the edge because of the tempo.
Well, we talked about the height advantage that Oregon Davis has, and it's almost been an advantage inside for Glenn here in the first quarter. They've gotten more offensive rebounds than the Lady Bobcats have gotten defensive rebounds. And we got Bope on the bench with 2 fouls. And Stahl pulls up for a 3, rebound, and quick 3 by Bethany Hayden is no good.
See, there's loose balls. Glenn's getting them all.
A little bit of a rush shot that time by Plunkett.
First period, John Glenn 13, Oregon Davis 12.
So at the end of 1, it's a 13-12 John Glenn lead. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with second quarter action. You're watching Argus Voice Sports on RTC4.com.
For 2 years now, I've been telling you that Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester is the place for you to buy your next truck, car, or SUV. Hi again, I'm Chris Smith, and yes, I am a PGA Tour player and Rochester native. But what matters most is that you get a better deal and service after the sale when you shop at Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester. Check out their inventory online at shepherdsrochester.com or stop out and see one of the friendly sales professionals. Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester, where you'll always feel like family.
All right, welcome back. We got second quarter action getting set to get going here. We're giving you bonus coverage of semifinal game number 2 here in the 52nd annual TCU Bi-County Tournament. The second girls semifinal. The first semifinal saw the Bremen Lady Lions knock off the number 2 Argus Lady Dragons in overtime, 42-40. And starting the second quarter, John Glenn is up 13-12 over Oregon Davis, and Andy's back on the mic now, so let him take over.
Hayden has it, comes around, kicks it over, Stahl from the corner, and it's going to be off. Groves is just eating up the rebounds, and now she's going to take the shot. Gets fouled, and she's going to line shooting too. Groves has been on fire. Her hustle and tenacity is keeping
Foul number 35,
Glenn
Sauer.
on making Oregon Davis stay on their toes.
Well, Sauer with the foul, and like you said, Groves is the player of the game right now for Oregon Davis, or for John Glenn.
Goes to the line for John Glenn.
She puts the free throw in. She's 3 for 3. She's got 5 points on the night here in
5 points and probably 5 offensive rebounds. I tell you what. And just off the mark. There's a quick in. Plunkett. Tetzlaff goes. Here comes Oregon Davis. Kicks it over, and Plunkett steals it. Ball's on the ground. And you gotta love the hustle. Number 45, the freshman for Oregon Davis. On the ground, Worthington. 6-foot freshman really battling to get down there when Plunkett had the ball.
Oh, that's over and back. She had the ball and went over. I don't know why that was not called.
Yep. A little elbow push off, and here comes Tetzlaff from the elbow. She just goes and she loses it. We saw that in the first game, unfortunately off the foot, and it's a turnover. And we've seen that a couple times.
Well, 5 first-half turnovers now for Oregon Davis, uncharacteristic of the Lady Bobcats.
Number 43, Sydney Williams.
Minix is forced to bring out Tetzlaff, and here let's see what happens.
Sydney Williams is going to check in for the Bobcats for the first time here this evening.
Stahl gets it over to Hayden. Back to Stahl way up high. Plunkett to Plunkett. Give and go. Drives, puts it up, and it's a nice little bucket out of Mariah Plunkett.
Basket.
And here's the three-quarter pressure. Let's see if they trap. Kind of back off and let little Sauers bring it down. Bobcats running the play. Fakes. Good ball movement. Goes up. And the easy layup. Good move from the freshman.
Caitlin Sauer.
Sauers. 4'11" and taking charge of it as if she's 10 foot tall.
Well, she got around her player, and the help side rotation was late for John Glenn.
Stahl. Hayden. Gives the ball up. Plunkett fakes. Stahl wide open for 3, and it's way off the mark. Her last shot before that was way off the side of the backboard from the shoulder, and then it was off an air ball from the other side.
Freehoff's going to check back in for Morgan Plunkett.
Sophomore, if I remember right, or is Morgan a freshman? Morgan, she's a sophomore. Her sister Mariah, the junior. And Sauers gets the ball. Plunkett's coming from behind. Taylor, Sauer. And there's an easy one. Gets it down low, puts up. She's blocked by Groves. Hayden battles through, gets the ball. Comes across. Over to Plunkett. Easy bucket for Plunkett, and she misses. She had a goal, great move down low, and doesn't get there. And look at Groves is just all over the court. Tipping it, trying to get the work from her teammate Sauers, and Sauers get fouled by Groves.
That was a good solid foul by Groves right there. Don't let her get the bucket and the one.
Well, right now OD's playing with a small lineup with their tallest player at 6 foot, larger than any of the Glenn's players, but the rest are way shorter. And it's off the mark.
Second foul on Groves. 4th team foul for John Glenn.
Well, it's the story of the night. I haven't seen a team, except for maybe Groves, be super solid on the free throw line out of any of the games. And that one's in.
So Sauer makes 1 of 2. And an unforced error, but it's tipped out of bounds, so it's going to stay John Glenn's ball.
All right. Out of bounds. Here comes Hayden, brings the ball in the stall. Coach running the play. And Stahl gets about trapped. She drives right out of it. Over to Hayden. Caddy corner. Over to Plunkett. Hayden's open. I want Hayden to creep over a little bit more to get that spacing so she can take that quality shot. Caddy corner, gives it to her. Fruhoff. Stahl drives, goes up and misses. Stahl with her own rebound, and it's on the ground. No bucket. On the ground.
Well, Stahl's been a little bit off tonight. She missed the first shot, got her own rebound, and they call a foul on the floor.
I'm not going to say anything, but the Grace College coach comes up and shakes her hand and tells her this and that before. While the Argus game, Hayden for 2 and a 3, and she puts it in.
Big time shot, Bethany Hayden.
So the Grace coach is talking to Stahl during the Argus Bremen game, and I wonder if that little bit of pressure just shows the college coaches here watching her. And there's a good free hop with the right. Taylor saves, and Plunkett knocks it out of bounds. Going to be Oregon Davis's ball.
Well, another thing, she's got 19 to break the record for all-time leading score, so that might be a little.
That doesn't hurt anything, but it does mess with your psyche a little bit.
For John Glenn, number 5, Morgan Plunkett.
All right, so the Bobcats inbounds it.
Yep. Bethany Hayden's out on it. Gets to Tetzoff. Kicks it over. Tetzoff says, I want to take it. Battles, and she gets blocked. Battles for the rebound. Fruhoff. Gonna get trapped. Plunkett. Here comes Morgan Plunkett.
John Glenn has dominated inside. We were talking with Doug earlier and talking about the size advantage for Oregon Davis, and it hasn't really played out. Bope has been out of the game for quite a while with foul trouble.
Bethany with a great left-handed dribbler. Really can get that ball over. Plunkett. Glenn Falcons, or Lady Falcons, are rotating the ball well, not rushing it. Bethany Hayden with a big move and misses. It's a good quality chance. I don't mind that once in a while. Here they go. Fruhoff with the defense. Plunkett outmatched and lets them. There's no chance to stop her. That's a good attempt on the defense, but she is just too tough. Warrington puts it in with a nice chance for the and one.
Basket is good. Foul number 5, Morgan Plunkett.
That's going to be Plunkett's second foul. We saw Worthington in the Argus game. She's a tough player.
Yep. Freshman.
Just a freshman for Oregon Davis.
She does get a few minutes there at the zone working out and playing on the team, so it helps. Hayden loses the ball. Here comes Sowers. Here she goes right by Stahl and lets her get the bucket.
Oregon Davis basket, Caitlin Sauer.
Sauer went right around Stahl that time. I don't know if she...
There's a reach-in foul.
I'm not sure that.
Yeah, I didn't understand. She just kind of let her go. I don't know if she was nervous or what, but thinking she wasn't going to have an angle for a shot.
41, Madison Taylor.
Taylor picks up the foul for Oregon Davis, her first.
Oh, wide open. Plunkett, short. Rebounded. Hayden. Oh, and she misses. And there's a loose ball. Tessoff's got it. Fruhoff. Tessoff spins to the inside, misses. Ball's in the air. Stahl gets it, kicks it back over.
Well, the tide's kind of turned here in the second quarter. It was all John Glenn in the first quarter. Hustle plays all going to the Lady Falcons. And
well, you know Minix is not one to be out hustled.
Turnover now for Glenn.
Sowers, here comes the loose ball. Stolen again. Here's an easy layup. And there you go, Hayden puts it in. And there's a quick timeout for John Glenn.
So we got 2:33 left to go in the first half. John Glenn up 21-19 over the Lady Bobcats. Thank RTC Fiber Communications. RTC4.com is your source for all Argus Dragons sports action. Bringing you bonus coverage here tonight. We got John Glenn and Oregon Davis. Girls basketball action, 52nd annual Bi-County tournament. Semifinal number 2. The winner will go on to face Bremen at 6:30 Saturday night here at LaVille for the championship of the Bi-County. So we're coming out of the timeout. 2:33 left to go in the first half. Oregon Davis with the ball. They're down by 2.
Well, Glenwood needs to keep this tempo up. That's the only way they're going to get a chance here. Tassoff, great move, puts it up, misses. Rebound, going to be Glenn. Plunkett, look at her, gets it over to her sister. Then Stahl ends up getting the ball. Down low. Stahl, 3. And it's good.
There's Kiana Stahl. Second 3 of the game. She's got 6 now. Brings the lead up to 5 for John Glenn.
Freshman kicks it over. Here's a quick fake, moves around the ball. Good ball into Worthington. Puts it up, and it's good.
OD basket, Jaden Worthington.
Worthington's got 7 for the Lady Bobcats.
Bethany Haight takes it in.
John Glenn basket, Bethany Hayden.
Dad's got a little smile on his face back here for that.
And then they get broke down, and look at Worthington, the freshman for Oregon Davis, is just killing it. 9 points already. Here's a quick ball. Fruit fakes, drives, pulls it up, and she travels. She's got to take that up strong or dish it up quickly.
Oregon Davis, number 23, Jamie Herford.
That's a nice shot, fake, and drive to the bucket. She just kind of indecisive there with the finish.
Well, the story for Oregon Davis at the moment is Worthington. She's killing it for the Lady Bobcats. Caddy corner, Sowers. Caddy corner, and it's tipped by Plunkett. She's going to the goal. Let's see what she does. Lays it in with her left, and she's fouled and misses. That would have been a huge play for the Lady Falcons. Plunkett's at the line shooting 2.
If that was me, she's got a 4'11" girl Gardner. I take that, go up strong. She was almost like,
It's either stop, jump fake, let them go, or you take it up super strong. Plunkett's going to make them pay at the free throw line on the first one.
So Plunkett's got 6 with that free throw. The lead for Glenn is up to 4. And one more free throw here for Mariah Plunkett. The older sister, correct?
Yes, the junior. Mariah
puts it in, 2 for 2. She's got 7 now.
Here's a quick 3, and it's good.
3-point basket.
Jamie Herford hits the 3. She's got 2 threes on the night. Brings it to a 2-point lead for Glenn.
If there's one thing that's guaranteed no matter what, you leave the Lady Bobcats open for a 3, they're going to put a lot of them in. And tonight, so far, they've kept her to a bare minimum, but when you leave her open that far, she's going to put it in. All right. Lady Falcons going to stay out for a final shot. So here we go. Let's see what happens. 19 seconds left. Stahl's got a way out top. Very composed. Let's see what happens. Plunkett gives it over and is kicked. Telegraphed.
So we're going to reset with 7.5 seconds left. Plunkett inbounds it to Stahl.
I'm telling you what, Freehoff has got a beyond large size advantage. Plunkett fakes, gives it to Plunkett, throws it up, and it's no good.
Okay, that's going to do it after 1 half of play. John Glenn 28, Oregon Davis 26. So they expanded their lead by 1 point. Here at the half, they were up by 1. So I'll get some totals here for first half and see where we're at.
When you first came into the building.
All right, here we go. First Federal Savings Bank. No, I'm sorry. The Zone Sports Complex of Northern Indiana, 2923 Van Vactor Drive, Plymouth, Indiana. Go out and see Rick or Barb Miller, Ted Hayden, Doug Griffiths, Dwayne Morton, myself. Basketball, volleyball, soccer, futsal. Gonna have lacrosse, flag football, baseball, softball, dragons. The Zone Sports Complex in Plymouth, Indiana, for all your sporting needs. All right, what do you got for some stats there?
All right, for the Lady Falcons, first half led by Mariah Plunkett with 7 and Bethany Hayden coming off the bench with 7. Kana Stahl with 6.
We thank you for your support of
Riley Groves with 5 and Morgan Plunkett with 3. For the Lady Bobcats,
I'm going to count down
leading all scorers in the first half, freshman Jaden Worthington coming in with 9 big points for Oregon Davis. Jamie Herford has 6 on 2 3-pointers. Caitlin Sauer with 4. Madison Taylor with 3. Alex Boak with 2 points. Lena Tetzloff and Candace Sauer with 1 point apiece. So the inside play of Bope and Tetzloff has been kind of cut off here in the first half with only 3 points between the two. But Jaden Worthington coming off the bench with 9 points for the Lady Bobcats. We're going to take a break here. We got about 10 minutes. We're going to come back with second half action here from LaVille High School. You're watching bonus coverage of the 52nd annual TCU Bi-County. It's the semifinal game number 2. And you can see the Bremen Lady Lions heading back to the bus right there. They were victorious in the first game over the Argus Lady Dragons 42-40 in overtime. So we're going to take a break and we'll come back here in just a few minutes with second half action.
All right, and we're back. Well, it's Andy Stone. We're here with guest Ted Hayden from the Zone Sports Complex. Steve Stricker's down enjoying the hospitality room, getting himself a snack. It's been a long night for basketball already, and we still have a whole intense half of Lady Falcons versus Lady Bobcats to go. The Falcons are up 28-26. Well, Coach Hayden, I know your daughter's on the Lady Falcons team, but what's your opinion so far first half?
Well, I tell you, Andy, we got to pressure the basketball. ODs, they got size inside, and they're going to hurt us down there. But if we pressure the basketball, we're going to be able to turn them over quite a bit in the front court and get some easy buckets. And our confidence, we're a little hesitant attacking the rim for whatever reason. But you know, you guys lost a close game because you let somebody stay in the game long enough to beat you, and that's what my fear is. We're not doing some of the small stuff. We're defending on the post pretty well, but what we're not doing is closing out and keeping that kid from catching that ball at the elbow. So that high-low, you got to eliminate the high-low. Make him beat us from the three. And we got to attack the rim and pressure, full court press the entire game. Put the pressure on the guards and make the mistakes.
Well, the story really for the Lady Bobcats is Bopes in foul trouble. They put in the freshman Worlington, who is a zone player and been getting some good experience at the zone. And here's the freshman. It comes out and she has the game high so far for the first half with 9 points. That's a very big shoes to fill for a senior Bope, and she's coming out and doing it with aces.
Well, I taught Jaden way too well, apparently.
That's the way it goes sometimes. We come out and the good coaching ends up haunting the home team or your own team that you grow up with. I've done it with Argus, with the soccer program, with LaVille and Glenn and all this and all these teams, and it's kind of a great thing to see them do well. But when they're playing your own team and your daughter's team, it gets kind of rough at times. It's like, maybe I should have not have.
She's a kid that works hard and has a motor and is a good player and is going to continue to be a good player for the next 3 years. So, we'll see if we can't deal with the bigs on the blocks this second half.
All right, started, and John Glenn has the ball. Kicking it around. Plunkett goes back over to Groves. And just about stolen. Here comes Morgan Plunkett. Kicks it wide. And Stahl. Nice little fake. Takes the three. And that's the way you need to start the second half with Stahl with a huge three-pointer.
Yep, find one more.
Yep, Minix went back to his starting lineup basically, and he's got Bope in. And here comes the high-low. Got it. And here's Sowers for the three. And just misses. And Plunkett. Mariah with the rebound, and she's not wasting time, and this is what you want to do. Pressure. Stahl with a little jumper, misses. Rebound, Freehoff puts it up and puts it in. That's why you pressure quickly down the court. Don't let the other team get numbers down.
Yeah, we got to be aware of that high-low.
Here it is. Oh, and a big block from the back out of Freehoff. Stahl, and it's all Glenn at the moment. Plunkett, back over to Stahl. Freehoff has it in the corner. Bobcats in a 2-3 zone. Good cut. Picks it over. Groves looks. Morgan. Stahl. Groves was a numbers beast as far as offensive rebounds in the first half. Really helped Glenn control the tempo of the game. Stahl wide open for a three, and she's going to be off. Rebound, Plunkett. And it's stripped. Loose. Ball's on the ground, and it's going to be John Glenn? Nope. And they're going to call it Oregon Davis.
Yeah, that's good hustle. Sometimes we're too patient. We got to attack the gaps, draw the defense, and one more.
And there it is.
Who's coming in the game is Jaden Worthington.
We know Minix is a coach. Sometimes you may not like him, but you got to respect him. He saw what Worthington did. Now he's got Bope and Worthington, and they're going to use the flat-out size. Jump ball. Great hustle out of Plunkett. And it's going to be Lady Bobcats ball.
Yeah, this is where we need to continue to pressure and get to hold this lead and expand on it a little bit.
Well, she ought to go off her back, just like Dunlap does.
You got to see man.
Here's a throw it away. You got to see that. Morgan Plunkett gets it over. Mariah has it. Looks. Down in the corner. Freehoff.
Good.
Rotates it across.
Hit it. Give it a shoot.
Groves looks. Ooh, could have been a travel there. And Mariah Plunkett setting it up. Nice little move. Kicks it over. Freehoff thought about it. Not necessarily known for three-point shooting.
We need to put somebody at the free throw line, Andy.
Oh, well, you need to get that pressure.
Yeah.
Get that third foul on Bope. And
Oh,
that could have been it.
Should have been it, maybe.
Yeah. Didn't call it, and here's Sowers taking it to him. And Stahl with the behind the back coming up there, picking the pocket, not letting them have the easy layup. And here comes Bethany Hayden real quick. And Mariah Plunkett, good sub for her coming out.
See man the ball here. See man.
All right, got to pay attention. Here it is, and there's a nice easy throw in.
Get around her. Good.
And they rotate down. Sowers, freshman, 4'11", playing like she's 6 foot, taking it to him. Unfortunately, didn't get it through. Hayden with the left-handed dribble, kicks it back. Plunkett, Groves, Hayden, looks down, Stahl, Fruhoff, little drive, goes up, and there's a good block out of Bope, and it's going to stay.
Andy, you got to go into her and make them call something.
You betcha.
She's got 2 fouls. You got to get into her and make that contact.
Well, Fruhoff saw her and then moved to the side, and it just made it an easy block for Bope. Very tall, long arms, and a smart player. She's not going to foul unless she has to. Hayden gets the ball in, and Plunkett for three. Freshman or sophomore just misses. Hayden with a huge rebound. Freehoff off the mark, and it's going to be Tetzloff. Kicks it up to Bope, and Bope puts it in, and it's in.
I don't know how you get beat by the biggest kid, 6'2", on the floor. How you would get beat back? And
well, 6'2", instantly into transition, and definitely not the fastest player.
No.
But she was down the court quick. She recognized the play. They could have said she traveled, but I didn't really think she had control. When you don't have control, it's not a travel until you get it going. And makes her pay with the old-fashioned three-point.
they're hanging around. They're hanging around. That bothers.
And that's what the Lady Dragons allowed Bremen do all night, and it come back to haunt them. And it was a huge upset in the first game. Hayden kicks it over. Plunkett kicks it down. Stahl wide open, goes, little fake, and Worthington cuts it off. And there's a foul.
They're really extending their defense out and pushing us out.
And
We've got to attack the basket.
This is where you get the openings and the gaps for the quick backdoor cut layup. Make them pay.
Yep, everything's one more. Get to the rim, one more.
Groves comes out. Mariah's back in. Hayden gets it back over to Morgan.
Too much dribbling. Too much dribbling. Timeout.
And that's a good call.
That is a good timeout.
And he's letting Stahl know that he wasn't happy. The play was for her to be in the corner so they could outlet to her because they are having high pressure.
Somebody's got to flash middle and look opposite. It's really quick because they're bringing 3 kids above the volleyball line, Andy. We got to flash somebody in the middle, hit that kid in the middle, go back door, and they can't guard that. But if you turn and dribble instead of turn and look,
you're in trouble. We saw it earlier. Like we said, like them or not, Minix knows how to apply pressure to really shake up teams. And at the moment, the Glen Lady Falcons were a little bit rattled right there and was forced to call a timeout to reset, regroup.
Right, we had a chance to put some distance here and a couple turnovers and pressure from Minix and his team has got him right back in the ball game. And
well, if there's any team you don't want to be close at the end of a game, it is definitely not Oregon Davis. They have a nose for winning.
Or Bremen tonight.
Well, definitely Bremen tonight. Bremen should have won by 10 if they were a little bit better from the free throw line. Plunkett wide open, back to Hayden. There's the trap. Oh, she picks her dribble up, kicks it over, gets it out, escapes. Down low. Gets an open stall and misses.
That's it. That's how you break
That's
it.
it.
You just got to finish.
But they got to put that in. The freshman going at it, kicks it back. Back over. Sowers gets it over to Bope. Kicks it out. Tetzloff for 3, and it's just off the mark. Hayden with a huge rebound. And she's not waiting. Settles down. sees the numbers and gives it over to Stahl. Could have been a foul there. You see how the ball was out of her hand. Plunkett.
There it is. Opposite.
All right, go ahead and take the shot if you're not. Here it is. Rotates it.
You got to shoot it.
Gets out of the pressure. Back over, and now look how they got it. Bethany Hayden works through it, dribbles. Mariah Plunkett takes it up and puts it in for 2.
Yeah, that's a good move. You got to spread the floor, but we can't dribble ourselves out of trouble. We got to pass yourself out of trouble.
Here comes Oregon Davis. Sowers looks, gets it over. Worlington taking it to it. Tetzloff.
They've got the 3 bigs in
Yeah,
now.
they're not messing around. They're going for pure size. Taylor for 3, and it's just off the mark. And there's a good rebound, and they're going to call a jump back. Long rebounds can kill you.
Substitution for John Glenn.
And Worlington did well to get her hands on it, but unfortunately for Oregon Davis, jump ball goes for the Bobcats.
Randy, they've got 6'1", 6'2", and 5'11" in.
Yep. They rotate down. Stahl for 3, and it's off the mark. A lot of pressure on Stahl tonight. She's got college coaches here. Yep, Taylor travels. She got college coaches here tonight. Everybody's wanting her to get 19 to break the all-time scoring record for the Lady Falcons. And what they need to do is just relax and play the game. The openings are there for John Glenn big time. They just have to execute. Mariah Plunkett carries. Should have been a foul. Ends up going around her, and then she does carry the ball.
Dribbling too much. Once again, you can't dribble through pressure.
Well, let's see what the freshman, Sowers, does for Oregon Davis. Good work out of her, Tesla. Picks it up. Plunkett. Slow roller gets to her. Bope's wide open. She travels. I didn't see the travel there.
Didn't either, but we'll take it.
Well, yeah, Glenn's going to take that, but I didn't really notice it on that. Bope is trying to rally the troops. So here we go.
Big bucket right here, Andy. Big bucket.
This can
Big
be
possession.
the huge play for the Lady Falcons. And there's the steal. And this is a huge play for Oregon Davis.
Yep.
Stahl not on all the way tonight. Hayden not wasting time, gets the ball straight to Plunkett. Just so you know, they kick it out, fakes. Oh, what a move. Takes it up, and she shouldn't have hesitated. She's got to take that up with power. She had the layup.
Wide open layup.
Oregon Davis has, just so you know, 6'2", 6'2", and 6 foot in there right now.
Sorry, I missed.
You missed
they've grown a little bit.
Well, and it's off the mark with Tesla. A huge rebound out of Worlington and puts it in. She's absolutely dominating for the Lady Bobcats. And now it's back to a 2-point game. The steal in the bucket, the miss in the bucket, foul. And that's going to be Tetzloff.
Tetzloff looks a little winded.
She's tired.
They got her running, the point of that press and pressuring the ball.
Well, they don't want any of the girls for Glenn open because most of them can hit a 3. You got both Plunkett, Stahl, Hayden, and you got Groves and Fruhoff at any time can do very good things. And right here it is, and it's off the mark. Worthington just about gets the rebound. Good defensive. And Hayden puts it in off the mark. And Bope. And look at the freshman take off with speed and just misses. Worthington off of Glenn, and it's going to be Oregon Davis's ball. I tell you what, I am absolutely amazed with the play of Worthington. The Dragons really shut her down, and she was non-effective. But she is here to play tonight, and that was a hustle play that allowed them to get the ball back.
Yep, they seem to get every 50-50 ball right now.
And when it comes down to 50-50s, hustle is what the determining factor is. And there's a quick, great move from Tesla. And here it is, back. We talked about it. You let them hang around, and now it's tied again. Hayden comes through. Relaxes, gives over to Stahl. Plunkett for 3. And it's off the mark and rebound. And it's loose. Bope's on it. And there's going to be a jump ball. And it's going to be Lady Bobcats. No one had possession. I don't know what they're going to try now. All the Argus fans are going for travel because they want John Glenn to win. And there it is, and it's going to be Lady Bobcats.
Substitution number 10.
And Stahl's taking an unusual break.
Well, 21-second break.
Yep. And wants to recharge her batteries. Coach is going to help her at the end of the bench and say, hey, look at the freshman go. And there's a little touch foul off of Mariah Plunkett, and that might be her third. Let's see.
10, Mariah Plunkett.
That's only her first. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Fruhoff has two. All right, here we go. Tetzlaff, very strong. Carries the ball. Oy. And the ball's down the boat, puts it up for two and misses, and there's a foul from behind from Hayden. Carried the ball, didn't get called, and then she did get hammered from the back, but you know what? If she was going to get the rebound and lay it in, that's a pretty good foul.
Yeah. Yep. She was going to finish that one. That was point blank.
They don't miss too many like that. And gets it in. Pope. And puts it in.
Too easy.
Yep.
Too easy.
Pope. And it's off of Hayden, and no chance. And there it is, Lady Bobcats up by two.
Oregon Davis, 37.
We've let them come back and hang around and didn't take care of the ball when we should have taken care of the ball and didn't, exploit some of their mistakes and finish some shots down here. And next thing you know, we're down two. We were up 6 at one point and down two. Now we're
up
down
6 and with the ball.
Yeah, with the ball. Now down two.
Now we're down two. And we want to thank everybody for joining us. Extra coverage here. We want to thank RTC4 and RTC4 Communications for allowing us to cover this game. We don't typically do other games, especially when Argus is not playing. But I tell you what, this is a great game. It's all about the kids. It's all about the basketball. And we're getting a show tonight, overtime in the first game. And at the rate we're going here, we could see overtime again.
I hope not. I don't know if my heart could take it, to be honest with you, Anthony.
All right, Steve Stricker's back. It looks like he's doing okay.
Well, it looks like he got his belly full.
Do you want the headsets back? Or?
Hey, it'd be nice if he brought us back something, Andy.
Yeah, he could have brought some tacos back. They had some nice tacos down there, but
well, this fourth quarter is going to be interesting. If we pressure the ball and finish some shots, and I think you got to stop the high-low. So it's going to be interesting. Thanks for having me on, Andy.
Yep.
Correction to John Glenn.
All right, here we go. I got my mic. I got your mic. We're on the mics. Here we go. You missed some quality basketball. You missed some opportunities that the Lady Falcons had to really extend it. And Stahl's out at the moment because she's bleeding. Nothing like the hustle. You got to love it when they work so hard. Oh, she's wide open. Takes a fake. Goes up and lays it in for two, and that's a good move.
Kelly Freehoff.
Freehoff puts it in. Oh, Tesla with an open three. You can't leave the Oregon Davis Lady Cats that open. We talked about it earlier. Hayden drives around, comes across the timeline, kicks it into Freehoff. Plunkett fakes. Plunkett's in trouble, gets it out, breaks it through with a good back door, and Groves is under the backside. Plunkett puts it in, and there's a third foul on Bope.
She did pretty good there, I guess, in the third quarter. No fouls. So
she didn't foul, but she was pretty much not. You know who did it for Lady Cats? It was Worlington. Huge offensive rebounds, 4 more points, just tremendous. And the officials picking up a dime or taking the money off the court. Oh, I'm not sure what it was. Looks like a piece of fuzz, but Plunkett, Mariah, first one's up, and it's off the mark, and here comes Stahl in. Groves is out.
Got to have those free throws down by 3.
This is not a game to give up free throws.
So Plunkett has one more here. Second one is good.
All right, let's see the freshman. Here she comes across timeline, and she is not wasting time and gives it to Bope. You know, it's a foul on Stahl.
Stahl with the help side from the back, but she gets called with the foul.
I don't understand. I'm just throwing it out there. We got a 5'4" player doing help side against a 6'2", 6'3" player. They got to have a better rotation on defense. Oh, boy. Stahl gets a bad pass and makes it. 40 all. Here we go. Back to, and that's going to be quick foul. I would have thought that was a kick more than a foul, but.
John Glenn foul number 5, Morgan Plunkett.
Don't worry about trying to keep score. We're way off. We're going to have to ask Doug here from the Pilot News here at the end of what the final tally is.
The only thing I would like to know where Stoll is on her third quarter.
She was not very well, to be honest. I think she only had 2 points. And that's a great steal out of the sophomore. Goes up and misses. Gets her own rebound, kicks it over, and misses. And now here comes transitions. The freshman going after it. And Stahl with a foul. Cuts her off and gets the foul, and that's 2 fouls in a row from Stahl.
So she picks up her second foul. We got 6:42 left. It's a tie ball game.
Well, Stahl's a player. She loves to compete. But she's off just a bit tonight. Lots of pressure on her. People talking about a record for the school. College coaches here scouting her. It's a rough game. And there's a quick timeout for Minix.
You know, I remember when we first came to Argus, the first game I ever came to watch was the John Glenn Argus game. Courtney Dunlap and Kiana Stahl going against each other as freshmen. And you knew right there that both of those players were special. And it's proven out over the last 4 years. And it's been fun to watch both of them progress to the point where they're at today. And here we are. We got 6:33 left to go.
Tie ball game.
Tie ball game.
This is almost a mirror, except the number for the total score is a little higher, but this is basically a mirror of the Argus Bremen game.
Just a little higher, but...
all right, Tesla's going to take it out.
That'd be something if we end up with 2 overtime games here in the same night.
Yeah, I'm still a little bit in shock over the loss, but that's part of the game. You have to play it. Freshman, Tesla looks. Strong dribble, kicks it over. Picks her dribble up and gives it out. Oof. That could be a foul, but they don't call it. The freshman gives it over. Bope, nice shot, and that's a good shot out of Bope.
Beautiful little baby hook that time by Bope.
And she's telling her team, let's go.
The senior gives the OD Bobcats a 2-point lead.
Well, I tell you right now, this team's Plunkett for 3, and it's off the mark. Rebound, Bope. Kicks it over. Taylor has it. Worthington needs to cut down. She does. Gets it over to Bope. Back, quick. Taylor loses it. Gets her handles back on it. Sauer's a freshman. And they're going to call contact on the ground off of Morgan Plunkett.
John Glenn foul number 5, Morgan Plunkett.
That's her 4th, so Plunkett's got 4 fouls with 5:27 left to go. Tetzloff inbounds for the Lady Bobcats.
I did that earlier. Sowers gets the ball. I tell you what, the freshman versus the senior, it's a good battle. Sowers is tough. Taylor off just a bit, coming back.
Travel, yeah. Taylor, she caught it and took 2 steps before she got it on the ground. A little nonchalant there with the dribble, and she gets called for the turnover.
Well, part of it was the pass was right underneath her, and she just got her hands on, got it, but didn't slow herself down. Oh, and that's Plunkett gets a tip, come across. And there it is, and it's out of bounds. Kick.
Well, if you're going to sit on the front row, you got to be ready for the ball coming at you hot.
Well, I don't think anybody really left the gym tonight, even after. Oh, that's a turnover. After the first game, everybody wanted to watch this matchup. And right now, Glenn is letting some of this slip away with poor performance here in the fourth quarter. Oh, good little move.
Some costly turnovers for the Lady Falcons.
Bope gets it, 2-time. Rotates the other direction and puts it in. You got to front her. One in the front, one in the back, or she's going to kill you. She really let Barlow have it with our game. Bethany Hayden kicks it out. Stahl, just about stolen. Stahl for 3, and it's off the mark. Rebound, Freehoff kicks it out. Stahl takes her chance. Drives in and lays it in.
Basket.
And there's a steal out of Stahl. Puts it up, and it's good.
Stahl ties it up with 2 quick baskets. Approaching the 4-minute mark here in the fourth quarter.
Wellington over Taylor. Bope misses. Tassoff misses again. Good foul by Hayden to keep her from scoring the easy one.
Well, Hayden did a nice job coming in from the backside on the help, but she just, I don't know if she got
hit kind of,
but she lost her position there, and Bope found the open Tetzloff, and she gets fouled.
Well,
so Hayden picks up her second foul. The Glenn Falcons have 17 fouls, so they're going to, Oregon Davis will be in the 1-and-1 now the rest of the way out. Tetzloff puts in the free throw.
Riley Groves.
Groves has been pretty solid on the free throw, rebounds, everything, but she's been sitting, and I tell you what, Worthington's been tough, so we'll see what happens here. They got the 3 big girls in, 6 foot, 6'2", 6'2" for the Cats, and now they're up by 2. Groves, Stahl, Hayden. Gives the ball over. Stahl goes to the bucket. Bope.
Well, she went to her right, but she was too far under the bucket and hit the bottom of the rim.
Gets it, fights through it, puts it up by 4.
Davis basket, Alexandria Bope.
You know, I've seen her play for 4 years as well, and 2 or 3 years ago, she doesn't catch that ball, so she's really matured as well.
Stahl for 3, and it's good.
Stahl hits the 3-pointer and brings Glenn to within 1, 47-48, and Coach Amor calls a timeout for...
Side note, Stahl, 18 points with that 3-pointer. She's 1 point away from tying, 2 points away from breaking the all-time record.
So her next bucket.
Yep. Well, players want to play, and with the steal, the putback, now at 3.
She's got 9 points in the fourth quarter alone. So she's come up huge here, much like Courtney Dunlap did for the Lady Dragons in the second half of their game. We'll see if the Lady Falcons can have a little better success here than the Lady Dragons.
Well, I'm yawning because it's been a long week of basketball. It's been a long week for us, and it's been great coverage out of RTC4 Communications. Scott Sager and Abby, everyone down there. Stearns, our main man on the camera, working hard. And I tell you what, extra game coverage here. It's not typically our forte with other teams, but there's nothing like calling a quality basketball game.
Well, we're a 1-point lead here for Oregon Davis, and this is another great game.
And here comes Sowers. She's going to make it across the timeline. Stahl dives and tips it forward. Bope gets it and puts it in with a huge play. Great work out of Stahl, but unfortunately it went to Bope.
She almost could get credit for the assist with the tip back to
ball. Worthington all over the ground gets it. And that's a great jump ball. And Worthington causes the turnover with all the effort. It goes to B.
She is an impressive player, just a freshman for Oregon Davis.
I tell you what, against the Dragons, we absolutely shut her down. She was pretty much non-existent. But tonight, she has stepped it up, and she's made every bit of the difference for the Lady Bobcats. Sowers pulls it back. Smart play. Goes for her. Up by 3. And now Bope rotates down. 2:45 left in the game. Cats up by 3. Wellington, oof. That could have been a foul. Taylor gets it. Plunkett gives her to Lane, and she's going to step on the line.
Turnover for Oregon Davis. 5th of the quarter for the Lady Bobcats. Uncharacteristic of a Lady Bobcat team.
Well, the Falcons have been really pressuring it, working hard. Plunkett to Stahl. Stahl comes across the timeline. Oh, Bethany was open wide. Fruhoff goes up and
She gets fouled. That's going to be a foul on Bope.
let's see, Bope. Yep. I thought she was pretty good stance there, but she must have got it with the body, move forward or something. Her hands didn't go down really.
To the line for John Glenn, shooting 2.
So Freehoff has 2 free throws.
And good on the first one.
Big free throws here for Freehoff.
This
brings them back to within 2.
These are some huge free throws.
And she makes them both. 1 point, Oregon Davis lead, 2:18 left to go.
Sowers goes right at Stahl. Well, let's just watch how this plays out. Picks up a dribble. Gives it over. And there's a quick timeout.
So Coach Minix wants a timeout to talk it over with his girls with 2:04 left to go. It's a 50-49 Oregon Davis lead.
Oregon Davis.
They'll have the ball when we come back. You're watching Argus Voice Sports on RTC4.com.
For 2 years now, I've been telling you that Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester is the place for you to buy your next truck, car, or SUV. Hi again, I'm Chris Smith, and yes, I am a PGA Tour player and Rochester native. But what matters most is that you get a better deal and service after the sale when you shop at Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester. Check out their inventory online at shepherdsrochester.com or stop out and see one of the friendly sales professionals. Shepherd Chevrolet Buick in Rochester, where you'll always feel like family.
All right, Lady Cats have the ball on the far sideline. They're going to inbounds with 2:04 left to go and a 1-point lead.
Stahl's been cold and then absolutely has come alive here in this fourth quarter. It's tipped. Ball's on the ground. Throws it. And it's going to be nothing. Loose again. And look at the play. Jump ball again, and that's going to be Glenn's ball. Bodies flying. Hustle plays.
Great hustle that time by Hayden.
The intensity of this game compared to the first game is night and day. Oh, there's almost a travel or a steal. They got numbers. Plunkett over to Hayden. Looks, gives it over to Stahl, wide open. And it's off the mark. Hayden tries to get it, and it's going to be out of bounds. I tell you what, we're going to have a fight to the end. Tetzlaff throws it. And just gets it out, 5 seconds.
Turnover forced by the Glenn Falcons, and they're going to have the ball in their own end here.
All right, now they got to get it in. Hayden back over to Plunkett, drives in. Bope. And one, and that's her 5th foul.
What an amazing finish by Plunkett on that drive. I don't even know how she got the ball up there. She was underneath the rim.
And that's 5.
Snuck that over.
Bope is going out. That's 5.
Basket is good.
Plunkett with a huge bucket gives the John Glenn Lady Falcons a 1-point lead.
Good work out of Bope.
Substitution for
Unfortunately.
number 23.
Unfortunately for Bope, they're down by 1 with 1 shot. The and 1 can be huge out of Plunkett.
Mariah Plunkett with a chance to give Glenn a 2-point lead here with 1:36 left.
And it's smooth. And here goes Sowers, the freshman. Stahl And it's knocked out of bounds by Freehoff. Plenty of time for both teams to play. Let's see what happens.
The freshman kind of got bailed out right there.
Yep,
She drove it right down to the corner. And,
Tesloff's going straight to the bucket. No, and they're going to call a blocking foul on Plunkett.
That's going to be 1-1 for Tetzloff.
Some of the fans don't like the call.
Mariah Plunkett.
Plunkett's second foul of the night.
Well, let's see what happens.
Shooting 2.
These are huge free throws again. Game's on the line, and it's smooth as silk from Tetzloff.
3 of 3 from the free throw line here in the fourth quarter for Lena. And Lady Bobcats can tie it up here if she makes the second.
And it's
She does.
golden. Well, here we go, minute 28. I hope the fans from both Oregon Davis and Lady Falcons are enjoying our call. Plunkett, Stahl, Freehoff. Oh, and it's tipped right over to Groves. Plunkett. Hayden for 3. It's a huge bucket, and it's just off the miss. Groves is by herself and puts it in for 2. Oh, my word, all by herself.
Big rebound bucket by Groves. Puts them up 2. We're under.
Look at Worthington battling. Gets it up and puts it in. Worthington's on fire. And here comes Hayden. Back to back, back and forth. Hayden's going to see. Groves kicks it over. Great work. Stahl looks. Will Stahl's record-breaking bucket be the one that puts him over the edge? 54, 35 seconds left. Can Stahl and the Lady Falcons do it? They're holding it. They want the last second shot. Talked about it. We talked about it. Here it is. This could be it. Game winner. Turnover. Extra time.
Can you imagine Stahl hitting the shot to win the game?
Is
and
Stahl.
the record?
Griffiths is ready to write the story of his life for Stahl.
And there's a foul call.
And they got fouls to give.
Away from the ball.
7.4 seconds.
Lady foul number 41, Madison Taylor.
That's her 6th.
6th.
That's the Dragons, or sorry, that is the Bobcats' 6th foul.
Oh, you said it's her 6th. I'm like,
No,
how
no.
could she have 6? Are we?
That's
NBA
their
players
6th. And
now?
here we are, 7.4 seconds left.
We got a full timeout on the floor.
Let's see. All right, it's a battle of coaches. Who's going to come out with the best play? 54, 7.4 seconds left. How are you going to write the headline? Stahl breaks the all-time scoring record and wins the game, sending them into the finals? Or is it going to be overtime? Or is it going to be somebody else from the Lady Falcons that pulls it out? The last thing you can think of, but can be happening, is a steal from Oregon Davis. The Bobcats know how to win in these situations.
Well, it's going to be a matter. I don't think they're going to be able to get it to Stahl. It's Oregon Davis is going to know they're going to try and get it to her. They're going to try and take her away from the play.
You make a nice little play and you have Groves or someone sneaking underneath the basket they're not expecting, throw it straight in and get to 2 points, because they are going to be all over Hayden, Stahl, Plunkett, because they can shoot the rock. Let's see what happens. Fruhoff's taking it in. And there it is. Here we go. Stahl's paused and misses. She loses the ball, and that's going to be overtime.
Oh, here we go again. Here we go again.
Two straight games.
2 overtimes. 54-54. We got 4 minutes of extra time, and
Can
you fill in?
We're going to fill in the score.
In the third quarter.
Doug Griffiths is going to hook me up with some scores.
So we're going to reset the game here. We're coming to you live from LaVille High School. It's the second semifinal game of the girls Bi-County tournament, 52nd annual Bi-County, and we are in overtime for the second time here tonight. The first game went into overtime with the Lady Lions from Bremen coming out with a big 42-40 victory over the number 2 ranked Argus Lady Dragons. And here we go again. It's Oregon Davis and John Glenn. And after 4 quarters of play, it's tied at 54. So we've got 4 minutes here at least of overtime to see if we can get a winner.
Well, one thing about it, Oregon Davis has to play the entire 4 minutes without Boak, but it hasn't affected them at all tonight because of Worthington and Tetzlaff have really worked hard for the big girls.
Well, those two are going to be back for them next year. You got
Worthington's a freshman, and she's got to be tired. This is the most she's played, and I don't know. I think probably any game she has been in almost the entire time due to the foul trouble of Boak. And it's tipped, and she can't catch it. And it's going to be Oregon Davis.
Yep.
Ball.
It's a violation on the tip.
All right.
Did you get my numbers?
No, Ted or Doug didn't do his job for us. Well, let's see what happens. Here's the freshman, comes around with the ball. Sowers looks. Caddy corner to Taylor. Tetzlaff loose. Ball's loose and throws it back. And there's a quick timeout. And that's just fine. That's causing some pressure.
Be ready on that reversal.
30-second timeout, Oregon Davis.
All right, we got a 30-second timeout here on the floor. CNS Automotive, owners Richie and Amy Miller in North Michigan Street in Argus. They do full-service auto repair, oil changes, AC service, tune-ups, diagnostic services, tire repair, and sales, and much, much more. You can give them a call at 574-892-9100. Call Tucker and make the arrangements, see what all they can do for you there at CNS Automotive in Argus.
Well, tonight has not really disappointed as far as action. 2 straight games for going into the finals. Both of them overtime action, tons of minutes, tired bodies, battling on the ground. I mean, what more can you ask for?
A Dragon win.
A Dragon win, yeah. I know. I set you up for that one.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they fall, but
you know what? It's not the end of the world. They can rebuild, come back. It's only their 2nd loss on the season. You got to hand it to Bremen. They came out and they battled and worked it. Stahl steals it. Oh, behind the back. Here she goes. And she puts it in. Stahl gets the bucket, takes the all-time score leader for the Lady Falcons.
Congratulations to John Glenn Falcons Senior, Kiana Stahl, the all-time Lady Falcons scoring leader.
Well, huge numbers from her. Great work tonight. And there's a quick one. The ball's on the ground. Oh, and it's against the Stahl. Let's see what happens. And she puts it in for 2, and there's a foul afterwards.
Oh, she's hurt. She's
hurting a little bit. Just a cramping. After the foul, she was hammered.
Jamie Herford. And Stahl to the line for.
And that's definitely not the way the Bobcats wanted to come out.
Well, Stahl comes out. She has 4 points here in the overtime. And she can make it a 5-point Falcon lead here if she can put the free throw in.
Here we go. Stahl at the line, relaxes, and she shoots it hard. As soon as she let go, she rushed that free throw, and here comes Sowers. Freshman, kicks it over to down low. Worthington goes up, and just what a play from Worthington. I love to see the freshman step up and battle.
She was not going to be denied on that play.
Groves kicks it out to Stahl. Hayden, Stahl. Glenn relaxes. They better not let him get to the high pressure. Freehoff. Hayden drives to the bucket, puts it up, and it's just off the mark. The freshman, Hayden, causes trouble. Here comes Taylor. Comes across, picks it over. Tetzlaff. Tetzlaff loses it, gets it back, maintains composure. 2:18 left in the overtime. 56-58, Lady Falcons. Here's a quick one. Looks, backing around to the freshman. And look at Worthington telling him no. She understands when she's under pressure.
Freehoff and Worthington inside is a bad.
That's a great steal by Plunkett.
Freehoff from Plunkett.
Stahl, high pressure. Plunkett, oof, just about travels. Stahl drives in, kicks it over to Hayden. Hayden, smart, strong play. Kicks it down to Hayden, puts it up, and it's just off the mark. And there's a foul on Hayden.
So Hayden misses the shot and causes the foul. It's going to be her third.
Number 3, Bethany Hayden.
And that's 2 in a row. Unfortunately, she had chances with the layups under pressure, but those are buckets you have to have in the big games like this. Now, Sowers is going to the line. Chance to tie front end of the one-on-one. Let's see what the freshman can do. Huge free throws for her freshman career. And it's short. Plunkett with a big rebound. Minute 32. All the bounces, everything's going in the favor for John Glenn. They just have to finish this game.
Nice
Freehoff
drive.
puts it up and lays it in.
Beautiful drive. Everybody just kind of left her alone, and Freehoff puts them up by 4.
Taylor looks. Tetzloff kicks it out. 3, and it's off the mark. And Stahl with the rebound, and it's going to be a foul off of Taylor.
And Stahl is giving it everything she's got every time she hits the floor.
And she's going to the line.
Davis foul number 41, Madison Taylor.
I tell you what, it's going to be fun watching her continue her career. She's going to be going over to Grace College and playing for Coach Scott Bloom over there. And, it's going to be fun to watch her for the next 4 years. Might have to go over and see Maddie a little bit more often.
And there it is.
Stahl puts the free throw in, gives them a 5-point lead with 1:09 left to go.
Stahl puts it in, and that's a 6-point lead.
2 for 2. We got a 56-62. John Glenn lead with 1:09 left to go in the game.
I'll tell you right now, the game's not over.
No, the game's not over.
No, I'm telling you right, you know what I mean. Oregon Davis can do this. They've done it a million times.
Well, they can, but John Glenn right now, like you said,
all
everything's kind of bouncing their way.
Going their way.
And Stahl is much like Dunlap in the first game, is not to be denied.
Jesus. 24 points for her. 18 in the second half.
All right, here we go. We're back to action. It's Oregon Davis ball. They're down by 6 with 1:09 left to go in overtime.
Couple numbers for you. Stahl, 24 points. Here's the long
18 in the second half. She only had 6 at the half, so she's had a huge second half.
Sowers in the corner.
And she may not be done yet.
Good pressure. Freshman, and she reaches in, and there's a foul off of Stahl or
Hayden. Got Hayden. That's going to be her 4th.
There you go.
So the freshman Sauer is going to be at the line.
These are game free throws. You miss these, you might as well write it off.
She's shooting 2 here, the double bonus. So a little less pressure on the first one. And she's still short. So Sauer misses 2 big free throws here for Oregon Davis down the stretch. And she's short, but the rebound goes to Herford.
Misses. She's hurting. She's out there, giving it her all. Shot. Bucket. 47 seconds left. Timeout.
Oregon Davis basket, Caitlin Sauer.
So Sauer puts in the bucket.
Full timeout, Oregon
And
Davis.
we've got a timeout. We got 45.8 seconds left to go in overtime. John Glenn holding on to a 4-point lead. They're going to have the ball coming out of the timeout. I'd like to thank Argus Do It Best, located at 200 West Walnut Street in Argus, Indiana. You can give them a call at 574-892-6700. They are a full-service hardware store. They have everything from nuts and bolts to paint and automotive supplies. So give them a call at 574-892-6700, or you can stop in at 200 West Walnut and check out everything they've got there. Mark and Lowell and Michael and the whole gang there at the Do It Best Hardware. It's one of those old-fashioned stores where you can go in and have a cup of coffee and chit-chat a little bit and get what you need to take care of your home.
Well, here we are, 45.8 seconds left. 58, Oregon Davis. 62, John Glenn, Lady Falcons. Working with the ball to see if they can get the upset. Kicks it over. Pressure. And there's out of bounds, and it's going to be Glenn's ball. Double team stall. And she gets the ball, kicks it over. Fruhoff, smart. Hayden. Kicks it over. Groves. Back out the stall. And there's a foul.
And you know Stahl wants the ball in her hands here at the end. She wanted to get the foul so she could go to the free throw line.
Well, I don't
sink too.
Yeah, I don't understand what Lady Bobcats. Stahl's been on fire the whole fourth quarter and overtime. She's the last person that was going to foul. She could have fouled Hayden. Groves in the corner, and she misses. And that's going to be, good hustle out of Fruhoff or Groves to get that rebound.
I don't know. I
thought it was off of Oregon Davis.
Well, I was looking at the replay here.
It
They
looked like
didn't show enough of it to tell me whether it was or not. So
Stahl gets it.
Quick foul on Taylor.
Well, Minix will work it until the end. No free rides.
Herford gets the foul. It's her second.
Ball returns to the line for John Glenn.
It's unfortunate because I would have loved to watch Argus play Glenn.
Shooting 2.
I would love to watch Argus play anybody, to be honest.
Well, I'll be honest with you. Glenn's going to have their hands full with Bremen because Feldman inside.
She is way tough.
She is, and they don't have anything like that to slow her down for John Glenn. So that'll be interesting to see how that game comes out. We've got a 5-point lead. We're in 23 seconds.
Worthington. Oh, what a play out of Worthington. What a play out of Worthington. Absolutely stunning work out of the freshman. If there's one shining moment out of this Oregon Davis Bobcats, it is the freshman Worthington.
Worthington to the line, shooting.
Well, she's got a chance to bring the Bobcats to within 2 if she can put this free throw in. It's still.
Oh, and there's a lane violation. She's going to get an extra shot. It doesn't matter. They count it. And here comes a defensive sub.
So Worthington makes the old-fashioned three-point play. It's 63-61. We still got 20 seconds left to go.
There is plenty of time. We've seen Oregon Davis do this before. Stahl gets the ball. And they got a catcher. Kicks it over. Hayden. And there's a foul, and Hayden's got to go to the line. You talk about pressure. Let's see if the old man can work his magic with his daughter.
All right, Bethany Hayden's got 2 huge free throws coming up here for John Glenn.
She's just got to make one of these, or she will not want to ride home with her dad.
Well, if she makes both of them, she's going to ice this game with 13 seconds left.
And Minix is going to ice the shooter.
So we have a timeout on the floor, full timeout with 13.4 seconds left. Oregon Davis and John Glenn up by 2, 63-61. And when we come back, Bethany Hayden's going to be at the line shooting 2 free throws. And Ted's getting a little red back here. I don't know. He might want to give him some CPR or something.
We're going to give Ted a little mouth-to-mouth to settle him down, give him the oxygen, a confiance, a pill to calm him down.
If it comes to mouth-to-mouth, you and Ted are on your own. So.
No, he's going down. Sorry. He's dying in his tracks.
Mr. Trophy located at 200 West Walnut in Argus. Amy Stone. Give her a call at 574-892-5005. Plaques, trophies, engravings. They are your award source in Argus, Indiana since 1975.
Well, it's been a players' battle, a coach's battle a little bit, but it's been all the players doing the right things, working hard on both teams. And 2 shots here
Well, let's see what Hayden can do from
No matter what, Glenn's letting them have the rebound. So she needs 2 to put it out of reach. And the first one's off.
All right. She's got to hit this, or OD can tie it with a 2-pointer. If she hits this, they have to go for a 3. And she makes the second. So
And that's a huge bucket. Here comes Sauer. Kicks it out. Loose. Timeout. 6.5 seconds left.
well, Sauer got away with a push-off right there. No call. And Coach Minix calls a timeout with 6.5 left, down by 3 on the 1 of 2 from the line for Bethany Hayden.
Oh boy, here comes the shot. Oh boy, what do you do?
Well, he's going to draw something up. He's going to get a shooter open, that's for sure. And they're going to get a shot off. I can guarantee it. And we might be going into 2 overtimes if they can put one in here at the buzzer. So.
Well, I tell you what. Do you take the chance for the 3, or you get it to Worthington, let her put it in because she's been unstoppable, and hope for the foul?
No,
It's
because
just don't know.
if they get it inside, you just let them shoot it. You don't touch her.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
you just let them shoot.
we understand that. We're over here, but are you a girl down there with this intense play? Hard telling what would happen.
Well, if you're John Glenn's coach right now, you're telling those girls, do not even guard them inside the 3-point line. You just completely guard the exterior and let them go inside, because there's no way that you're going to get a foul in a 3-point play.
Well, here we go. We got a message from my old coach back in the day. Coached at Argus, Ray Davis, the assistant coach, Grace Women's College Basketball. I want to give a personal shout out. Coach Ray, great to hear from you. Love to see it. Outstanding. And I hope we're doing this game justice. All right. Looks, gets it in. Sowers, covered. 3, 2, and she's blocked. And there's a shot, and she's this, and that's going to be it. John Glenn, Lady Falcons take it, blocks the shot, and that's a great finish. Holy cow, takes the play, makes the finish. What a block. And I tell you what, it's definitely same as the Argus Dragons. The Lady Bobcats didn't want to go out in this manner, but if there's one thing for sure, the silver lining for Oregon Davis, Worthington as a freshman. We're going to get a couple little stats, just 1 or 2 little things, and get the final score for Stahl, her record breaking for the Lady Falcons. Let's see what we got.
All right, so the finals are set here on Saturday. It's going to be the Bremen Lady Lions taking on the John Glenn Lady Falcons, and that's going to tip at 6:30 on Saturday here at LaVille High School for the championship of the 52nd annual TCU Bi-County Tournament. So we're going to get a few stats, and we will be here on Saturday afternoon at noon. We'll be broadcasting the junior varsity match. The Lady Dragons are going to be taking on the Lady Bobcats of Oregon Davis for the championship for the JV squad. So we're going to come see Coach Kels and her squad, see if they can pull out the win here for the Lady Dragons JV squad. They're currently setting at a whopping 15-2 on the year, so congratulations to both teams here tonight. It was fantastic basketball. The only thing that could have been better, obviously, was if the Lady Dragons would have pulled out the win in game number 1. But 2 outstanding games here tonight, Andy. 2 overtime games, and just a huge, 5 points total separating the 4 teams here tonight.
Well, I tell you what, uncharacteristic, good, tough play out of Oregon Davis Bobcats. But I tell you what, Worthington, freshman for Lady Bobcats, 18 points, 11 rebounds. Tremendous game for her, but they lose because Kiana Stahl comes out with 24, breaks the all-time scoring record, and the Lady Falcons go through and finish the game off in style with a block shot. They looked a little bit disorganized. They get the ball back, take another shot, and it's blocked again. And unfortunately for Oregon Davis, but definitely a great game out of Lady Falcons to take the win. Tremendous work out of both teams. And that's just how it is. Great game for them. Nobody left the courts, and everybody stayed in their seats the entire time, white-knuckled. So, Lady Lions going to have a big game to battle against the Lady Falcons. We'll see what happens with the final game. It's going to be tremendous.
All right, so we're going to wrap it up here from LaVille. We appreciate you tuning in to the bonus coverage of Argus Voice Sports on RTC4.com. And we will catch you again on Saturday at noon, where the JV Lady Dragons are going to take on the JV Oregon Davis Lady Bobcats for the championship game. For Andy Stone and Alex Stearns and Blake Thomas, Steve Stricker, and saying good night here from LaVille High School.